Alright, you guys, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Pay Attention. Right, for this particular episode, we are now on number 4 of Pay Attention. Let's go! So, man, I'm super duper excited because, of course, we're going to bring to you some topics that are next level that a few people are thinking out of this world, but we're going to give you a different perspective with some research that we've been able to gather. And so, alongside us, we're going to bring one of my great friends, Mr. Owner of Forever Love, Daniel Alexander. Let's get it, man. Let's get it. Let's go.
Glad to have you here today, man.
Man, thank you for being, thank you for making it out, man.
Yes, sir. Today for our music and entertainment segment, we're going to talk about a lot of things, some good, some bad. But first and foremost, I do want to say rest in peace to Virgil Abloh and rest in peace to Young Dolph. Both of them tragically lost their lives, different ways. Virgil to cancer and then Young Dolph to homicide. Both unfortunate and tragic events that took place earlier this month. For those of you who do not know, Virgil Abloh is the creator of Off-White, and he's also the creative director of Louis Vuitton. And he was an entrepreneur that helped impact and influence the lives of a lot of creatives. A lot of influencers, a lot of people in fashion, artists, and things of that nature. Man, he was really big to the culture, the community, and so rest in peace to him, man. And I hope that his legacy forever will live on. Now, Young Dolph, man, he tragically passed away. He was murdered in his hometown of Memphis, Tennessee. Tragically, he was, buying cookies, doing some regular everyday stuff that he does every time he comes back home. And, he just happened to be at the wrong place, wrong time. Now, there's no official news out of who was 100% responsible. They found a vehicle, but they're still investigating the situation. So we'll be up to date. We'll be staying up to date and keeping up with that and letting you guys know. And DaBaby and Danny Lee recently had a child, and there was an instance on social media where DaBaby had him and her basically were going back and forth on IG Live, and prior to that IG Live the night before, it was reported that DaBaby had called the cops on Danny Lee because he wanted her to leave his home, and so sounds like some baby mama drama, and. Who am I to say who's in the right, who's in the wrong? Personally, this isn't something that I would take to social media, but DaBaby has always been DaBaby. DaBaby has always been an interesting and unique person to market his music. He's always been, ahead of the game as far as promoting and everything like that. So, it leaves me to wonder, was this something that really was happening between the two and it was personal and it just happened to get, in the public eye, or was it something that he used to try to promote his music? Because shortly thereafter, he dropped a tape. He dropped a tape. He dropped music videos and was promoting them right after. So, it's no telling what DaBaby's up to these days, man. But what do you think about that situation, man? Let us know in the comments. And then last, I do want to touch on Tory Lanez. Tory Lanez just dropped a project. It's called Alone at Prom. It was an '80s project. Influenced by artists like Rick James, Michael Jackson, Prince, and personally, I like it. I like old school music. I like 80s music, and what I like about it too is that not only does it really fit that retro vibe, but also it's something that, it's family friendly. There's only one curse word in it, there's only one feature in it, so, it's primarily Tory Lanez showing off his artistic abilities with the music, and he's also, showing that, this is something that can be done. In the 80s they didn't use a lot of profanity in their music, so he really did replicate that era in his project. I like it. There's a few songs, there's a couple videos out. Lady of Namek is one of them. 87 Stingray is another. You should definitely go check it out and let us know what you think in the comments. And with that being said, that will conclude our music and entertainment segment.
Alright guys, so as you tune in for Bulls and Bears, this is going to be a great episode. I got some great information. So one thing I want to talk about is really the trend of digital currency, man. I've seen a lot of new articles, a lot of people, a lot of conversation picking up, and so one thing that's incredible about this is anyone take advantage of it, no matter whether you have a degree, whether you don't have a degree, whether you're working a job or a part-time job or full-time, you could participate in the next wave of money. And so one of the newest waves are literally going to be led by Crypto.com. And so I want to highlight Crypto.com because LA officially rebrands the Staples Center as Crypto.com. So basically what that means is, right, the Staples Center is going to have a new name. And so this merge, this company has now partnered over a $700 million investment. Right? That's how much it costs to change the name of the Staples Center. $700 million.
Next
so my question
will be a bill.
Exactly. So my question is, would you change the name of it for $700 million? So that's a lot of money, right? So to bring awareness to Crypto.com as one of the newest and leading crypto wallets is going to be something that a lot of people don't know about, but it's going to be a lot of talk and a lot of reaction in 2022. Now, along with that, right, Elon Musk, right, I want to highlight something he's done. He's actually creating a wealth paradigm by just how he's managing his money. And so I want to highlight the business moves that he made. I want to highlight the ingenious tax evasions that he creates legally just by understanding how business works. And so recently, Elon Musk sold 10.1 million shares of Tesla. That's equivalent to around $1 billion US, right? And so in this sale, right, one thing that was not notarized or was not publicized, was not put out to the public was at the same exact time he was simultaneously selling, he was purchasing shares at the same exact time. So coming in, he purchased 10.7 million shares. So he sold 10.1 million, purchased 10.7, now making him one of the largest owners in Tesla's territory. Now put him at a position to purchase the stock at one of the lowest prices ever, equivalent to $6.25 a share, right? That's roughly 1% of the current price of $1,068 that it was earlier this week. So just to see how Elon Musk is continuing to sell and purchase his company to create more ownership. To me, that's just him securing his ownership of Tesla, right? Securing millions of shares for legacies to come. You know, and so along with that, right, one of the newest trends that you're going to be hearing about in 2022 is of course going to be crypto, is of course going to be the metaverse, but it's also going to be NFTs. Right? We're going to talk more about the metaverse on next week's episode with Max Trill, but we're going to also focus on non-fungible tokens. Right here, we're going to really pretty much talk about and explain how you can start exploring. Right? One thing I want to highlight, right, with non-fungible tokens, understand that non-fungible means that it is unique, right? It is a one-of-one. So these non-fungible tokens are typically going to be sold off of their value, off their rarity, off their exclusiveness. All of these can make a non-fungible token worth millions. And so one of the main markets to start purchasing NFTs is OpenSea.com. You can start purchasing NFTs for as little as $100 today. Right? Now keep in mind that OpenSea is one of the main marketplaces where you can purchase. But when purchasing, you must be crypto savvy, understanding right now in an NFT space, you can only purchase NFTs with Ethereum. Right? So if you're a crypto follower, you probably heard of Bitcoin or Ethereum. You know that Ethereum is the #2 cryptocurrency in the entire world. So with that being said, if you can only purchase NFTs with Ethereum, that just adds a little bit more value to Ethereum's brand, to the overall movement of that coin. And so along with that, right, it's going to create more advancements in the blockchain technology, right? NFTs are going to allow your certifications, your authenticity to be back checked with the blockchain even more so, even faster now, just because of this large wave. Now, how to start taking advantage of NFTs is to start understanding there is no special NFT, right? It's just understanding that there are too many different types of NFTs outside of just pictures. So if you want to get started and you want to start taking advantage of NFTs today, start looking into images, start looking into audios, start looking into MP4s or videos that you think are valuable to you that could have some value or sentimental value to someone later on down the line. So that's pretty much my spiel for Pay Attention for this specific podcast of Bulls and Bears. But make sure you guys stay tuned and like, share, subscribe, and comment on this page to see more content coming from me and C.
Yes, sir. That's what's up, Savior. That's what's up, man. Some great stuff that we talked about, both in the new music and entertainment segment and in the Bulls and Bears segment. So, man, I want to get started, bro. Let's talk about some NFTs, bro. How you feel about NFTs and explain it a little bit more in detail for the audience.
Well, NFTs. When I recently found out that NFTs can be adapted to different types. When I first thought of NFTs, I was probably more like most people, right? It can only be pictures, right? Or images, right? And these things, you probably seen some CryptoPunk. You have the Bored Ape Yacht Club. You have Mutant Ape Yacht Club. You have these different types. Basically, these are images that people are creating, but you know what I'm saying, they're cool, retro vibe, their uniqueness, like, you know what I'm saying, they're different characteristics or different personalities of these images, right, make them unique. And so any image could be valuable, right? It's just depending on the spender, right, whoever wants to purchase it. So one thing that's cool is you can also do audio, so independent artists like ceepunch, right, or just any other artist could start literally NFT minting their songs. So any songs that you hear on the radio could be minted, meaning you can purchase it with the crypto and own it forever, right? And so as well, you know, real art is just only going to be starting. Now NFTs have also been taken way into video games such as the Sandbox or Decentraland. These are two digital games that are partnering with the metaverse to allow you to connect unique collectibles. So with these NFTs and this metaverse, you can start collecting items in the metaverse that are actually NFTs. And these NFTs can actually provide super boosts, superchargers, superpowers to your players. So NFTs are pretty much going to be used as currency, as weapons, you know what I'm saying, in the metaverse, and of course just to have fun, you know. So there's so many things that NFTs could do.
And also, you know, asset protection too. Like,
right.
You mentioned something about artists. As an artist, you could drop an audio file as a NFT. You know, Tory Lanez dropped a project and sold 1 million copies. He made 1 million NFT projects and sold them all within a minute. So he made $1 million in 1 minute because they were all going for $1 each. Now, you know, down the line, those could definitely increase in value, and he's gonna forever reap some return or some revenue off of those resales. So a certain percentage is always going to go back to the original creator, which I like about NFTs as well. So that, you know, it's something. It's also a security thing too, you know. And then as well with Meek Mill, you know, dropping his Dream Chasers project as an NFT as well. That's lit, man.
Yeah, it's a lot, man. So definitely, man, let's definitely make sure we do our part. You know, NFTs could be anything. Anything you think is valuable to you could be literally worth money in the future.
As long as it's digital.
As long as it's digital.
As long as it's digital.
Let's get it, man.
Hey, let me ask you, how do y'all feel about the Baby Danny Lee situation?
I can kinda see where you came from when you said that he do it to promote music or to promote his brand. You know what I'm saying? For upcoming music or collaborations or videos he was producing, you know. In today's society, that kind of thing is kind of big going. That's kind of expected, you know. So, you know, I feel like anything could happen. It could, yeah.
Yeah, I think the same thing too. Is because of that, like, he probably didn't really care about the actual situation. He was probably just thinking about the money the whole time.
Yeah.
Thinking about how you know the world may take it. Is probably going to take his side or whatever the case may be. But you know, again, it's a generational thing. So it's like nowadays people believe in anything, you know, they put on camera or put on social media. So it's like, you know, with him by doing that, like, you know, it could benefit him in the future and everything.
So let me ask you this. Yes, you know, times are changing, and you know, he could have his methods for doing it. But do you guys agree with that approach? Would you disclose personal information or your personal life put that in jeopardy for promotion or for clout?
It depends on what you're doing it for. Because in my eyes, if you're doing it for money, then then your soul has a price tag. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
That's good.
You know what I'm saying? So like, it depends on what you're doing it for. Like, if you're saying, no, I really do this because I'm me, I care about me, then, you know what I'm saying, then it's typically a different decision that could be made.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
And I think it's just his personality that came a part of it too, because I feel like the average person just wouldn't do that.
Yeah, he's always been arrogant, you know what I'm saying, confident, bold, aggressive, you know, so.
Yeah, no, I won't do that. But still, like, somebody like him, it's the baby.
It doesn't surprise me, you know, because it's the baby.
Yeah.
Like, but then again, it's like, I wouldn't do that. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
I don't feel like that's appropriate for like myself. You know what I'm saying? But the baby is gonna do the baby at the end of the day. So
and it's not like we agreeing to the situation. Like, you know, I don't want, you know, y'all looking at us like, oh, they, you know, and they type, you know, weird stuff. But nah, it's not us agreeing to the baby. It's just that we wouldn't do what he would do at all. So it's like we're not agreeing to what he's doing or anything or his actions or anything like that. So
it's like to each his own. Type.
Because at the end of the day, he's in a totally different position.
Exactly.
So who's to say our opinion is worth anything to him when he's in a position where everything he's doing is being critiqued?
Yeah.
So yeah. But shout out to the baby, man. Shout out to Danny Lee. You know, shout out to Crypto.com Arena. Shout out to all y'all, man. Let's get lit.
We want to ask you a couple personal questions before we get into your brand. So with that being said, man, tell us a little bit about your background, man. Where are you from?
So I'm from Southwest Houston, Texas, Farm real estate.
Yes,
y'all
sir.
know. But yeah, I'm from Farmington in West Airport, Southwest Texas. I was basically just born and raised there. Both of my parents are from Haiti, you know, so I'm a Caribbean boy. I have a sister, I have an older sister, just me and her, my mom and pop. So, you know, they, you know, again, shout out to my mom and my dad. They worked really hard to get us where we're at, because, you know, for people who know, it's not hard, you know, coming from, you know, just a island that nobody, you know, people know about it, but forget about it, because, you know, we're not getting help a lot. So it's hard to come from there, you know, to be where we are today. So, you know, shout out to my mom and pop. So I'm honestly, I'm just average dude, man. I don't do too much. I play in high school, throughout elementary and high school. I played sports. I played basketball. Played football one time. I was trash, so I got better at basketball. So did that throughout my high school life, and then actually backtrack. I played the drums. I've been playing drums since I was 4. So my family has a musical background. My mom could sing. My dad plays piano. My sister could sing and play the piano. I just ended up, you know, playing the drums. So been doing that ever since I was, you know, just 4. Also graduated. I went to school for audio recording technology. Got it. You know, it's still in the music background, so I thought, you know, I'll be able to do some, you know, within that. So I learned, you know, how to, you know, cut, rough draft, you know, make music every now and then. Did a little bit of film, you know, production and stuff like that. So learned all that. And then just, you know, it didn't really, you know, resonate with me, you know, going for that. I didn't really feel the need after while I was there. So left college to start, you know, being a full-time worker and everything. But you know, obviously just like everybody else, we go through, you know, hard times, battles and stuff like that. What else? You know, and like now, like I said, fast forwarding, you know, I'm at a place to where, you know, I'm speaking into existence, about to, you know, do Forever Love, you know, full time. So you know, right now just working. That's what I'm doing right now, just working. You know, and again, ain't nothing wrong with, you know, having a 9 to 5, you know, and you still be using the 9 to 5 to invest in your business, invest to, you know, into anything that you want to do. So that's where I'm at right now. Just you know, just working, and just doing me daily.
Lit.
Yes, sir.
For sure. Well, man, now that leads me to my next question. you know, as an individual, because I've known you as a, you know what I'm saying, well, as a friend from church, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we've always just been in ministry, you know what I'm saying? So how important is it to you as a black man, you know what I'm saying, to be a leader in your community, you know what I'm saying? How important, because I remember your position that you took at church in leadership positions.
Yeah. So, I started young, you know, like I said, well, I grew up in church, so I grew up in church all my life. After I was at the Asian church I was at, I had transitioned to our church, Windsor.
Okay.
So
United Methodist.
Yeah, Windsor United Methodist Church. So I transferred, you know, to there, and then, you know, immediately, kind of like, I want to say a year or two, maybe or so. I just started getting to know everybody and ended up getting in the leadership role. Not starting leadership, ended up being a ministry called New Radical Generation, NRG. I was there.
NRG.
I was there for, I was doing that for about about 9 years.
Oh wow, I didn't know you was in it for that
Yeah,
long,
I was
man.
there for a little minute.
That's good.
So eventually, I was shy. I was always a shy guy. So that evolved me to, you know, get comfortable with, you know, speaking in front of crowds, dancing in front of crowds and stuff like that. So and eventually, you know, the you know, leader over there had me one that, you know, the head people to lead the young people, you know, the young generation. So it's like me being, you know, being in that, you know, help. It's like I found a new thing to where I like, okay, I like, you know, I like how it feels, you feel me? Because not everybody, you know, well, not every man, you know, has a, you know, father to look after. To not to say I'm a, you know, replace the father figure, but it's like having a brother, you know, at the same time. So it's like, you know, I always valued that when I was there.
Proud of where you at.
Appreciate
and
it.
I know there's a lot more to come,
Yes,
man.
sir. Appreciate you, my guy.
Yeah,
Yes,
man. So
sir.
let's definitely see what else we can find out, man. So as a owner of your own brand, you know what I'm saying? What are you doing to elevate the fashion, the style? You know what I'm saying? What are you looking to do in 22? Like any new apparel, any new ideas, concepts that people should be looking out? Like for instance, denim. You know what I'm saying? Anything that you see in the future, like for fashion, just turn it up a little bit for Forever Love.
Honestly, yeah. I have thought about it, but it's like people been, you know, cause me, I'm the more like, I'm simplistic, like I'm real, you know, I'm real chill, subtle, like it's just, sometimes I have another shirt, it's just a logo, just embroidered on there, so it's like, now, like, you know, I can't cater to me, you know, I have to, you know, eventually cater to, you know, the people that likes to that's more outgoing, that likes to wear different stuff with their clothes. So I for sure it's gonna be new type of logos, or anything like that, little designer, you know, parts in the logo. So it's like, cause it is designer, to be honest. So it's my designer, it's my design. So it's like, just different types of. If it's the same logo, it's gonna be the logo on there, regardless of anything. But it's gonna be just different types of stuff.
Being a business owner and being a black business owner, what would you say is something that you wish you would have known when you got started, and what's something that you feel like is very important moving forward, as you know, as far as owning and maintaining a business?
Okay, so some things I wish I did know was the honestly, like everything that just comes with owning, you know, a brand or just owning a business. But then I could say, like, I'm kind of like arguing with myself, is that, like, you know, I'm kind of thankful that I didn't know, because it you know, got me to work hard for it and learn in the process of doing it. Because some people might do something and you know just, let's say, just for the money, and you know they're not putting passion behind it, so they'll quit, you know, off you know, probably off like a month later or something like that. But for me, it was like, okay, like, even though it's taking this long, I still want to get it up and running. So, you know, I do, you know, you know, want to tell myself, okay, that you should have done this and that, learn how to market and everything before doing it. But at the same time, if I didn't know how to do it, I had to go through the process. You have to go through the process of doing it, of doing everything today. So
you're grateful for the trials and stuff that led you to get to where you're at now.
Exactly. So, for sure. What was the second question?
No, you good. I was just asking you to, elaborate a little bit on the importance of business ownership.
Okay. I think the importance of business ownership is really important because it has like it digs deep to again like passion.
Mm-hmm.
It's a basketball player named Colin Sexton. He his brand is moving with purpose, and like I stick behind that a lot because it's like he works hard every day at his craft, like no matter what, but like he's just not doing it. He's just doing it with a purpose. He knows his why. So Pastor Craig's, I think Pastor Craig from my church. He preached that, and he had the series was called "What's Your Why?" Like if you know your why, you know your why about doing what you want to do, then you gonna move a little differently with your business. So I think owning a business is really good because it's something, and it doesn't feel like work either. When you're doing something that you're passionate about, it's gonna be some tired nights. You're gonna have some early mornings, some late nights. So like I see Steve Harvey's memes on Instagram all the time saying like, hey, wait, you're not gonna be successful sleeping. You're not gonna sleep 8 hours a day or something like that.
And be successful. That was a great answer, man, to that question, man. Yeah, black ownership or just ownership in general, business ownership is really important, man. Especially when you're passionate about the business that you're owning. You get creative control over the route you want to take, and it takes trials and tribulations to be able to have a successful business. So man, I'm proud of where you at,
Appreciate
and
it,
I know there's a lot more to come, man.
Appreciate you, my guy.